Hello and welcome back to How About That Crypto. You're watching your daily crypto news and updates in 10 minutes with your host, Bitcoin Stylist on Twitter and Bitcoin Hairstylist on Instagram. Today's news stories are that looks like Putin is going crypto now. Is he? We'll see. And Ex-Goldman Sachs CEO turns into a crypto bull. And if you stay till the end, there's a new ecosystem that's booming. And there are coins and NFTs that I'm going to look to invest in. So I'll share with you what that's about. It's exciting. And if you like or don't like the comment, please like or subscribe. Please leave me a comment below. Click on the link in my bio. Go to the link tree and click subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, please click subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps support me and it would really mean a lot. And just to be clear and litigious, a message from my attorneys: this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I will provide you with links so that you can do your own research. Look on Twitter or YouTube for those links. Okay, let's dive in. Bloomberg reports that Putin backs crypto mining despite Bank of Russia's hard line. Central bank said that it should be banned, but the Ministry of Finance wants regulation taxes. So basically, the government is arguing with the banks. And for those of you who do not know, the central bank is not a government organization. Just look on their website, and it tells you they are not a government organization. They are owned by the banks. And all the people do in America, at least, they vote for 7 of the members out of 13. So there's 1/13 majority that are appointed by public office. So they are private institutions. Okay, there's an anonymous source that spills the beans, and the non-public information says that Putin supports the Ministry of Finance. So Putin supports just regulating and taxing it. Russia is number 3 for Bitcoin mining, behind the US is number 1, and Kazakhstan is number 2. And Putin says they have the advantage because they have this huge surplus of energy and well-trained personnel in the country. And the largest cost to proof-of-work mining is electricity. And if you don't know what proof-of-work mining is, go back and watch that episode. It'll be under the explainer or terminology videos. But basically, proof-of-work is the energy-intensive mining for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But Ethereum is moving over to Ethereum 2.0, and that'll be proof of stake, which is not very energy intensive and will pull off of the environmentalist radar, and it'll just leave Bitcoin. Now, that said, the former Soviet era industrial facilities have been shut down, leaving behind a ton of hydroelectric power. So not only do they have the advantage for all this excess energy, but it's also green, which is actually a positive. That said, I believe that we need to stay competitive, and it seems like the banks are the culprits behind propagating and lobbying bans. And if you watch and pay attention, next week we're expecting a executive order by Biden, and the people behind it seem to be Janet Yellen and Elizabeth Warren. So we'll see how that goes. But the former champion of the banks, Elizabeth Warren, seems to be teaming up with the banks to create hardcore crypto regulation. So that is a concern that we are going to watch out for. Ex-CEO of Goldman Sachs says crypto is happening. Lloyd Blankfein is the former CEO of Goldman Sachs, and Decrypt reports that he criticized Bitcoin a year ago and said that regulators should be hyperventilating over it. Pretty hardcore stuff. Basically, bankers don't like it, and they lobby politicians via back channels and public appearances. And now things are changing for him, but he's also not running a bank, and so I don't know. Okay, so CNBC reports that Blankfein says his view has evolved, mainly because there are trillions of dollars involved, and he said, and it's a rapidly growing ecosystem. And he's quoted as saying, "Look, my view of it is evolving. I can't predict the future, but I think it's a big thing to be able to predict the present, like what is happening." And I look at the crypto, and it's happening. And by happening, he means the ecosystem has matured, and Goldman currently offers buying, trading, and custody of your crypto. So the banks have already built out the infrastructure to offer their customers. And as far as I know, it's only high net worth individuals, and they had to act fast, they being the banks, because they didn't want those deposits leaving. And some interesting piece of information. All these lending products that are being attacked right now on exchanges have taken $40 billion in deposits. So if you're a banker, you don't like that news. So you're like, well, I don't want people taking their money out of my bank and putting it in crypto. So I need to help them, buy and hold and trade crypto. So Blankfein continues to go on and say that despite the recent plunge in price, yeah, that's right, it's his post-price crashing, he said that there are still trillions of value contributing, and this could be, I'm speculating here, but, as far as my reporting goes, I've been telling you that the amount of money that are being invested by banks and the picks and shovels of the gold rush, they say during the gold rush, you didn't really want to go after gold, you just wanted to sell picks and shovels because everyone was looking for gold. So that would be the equivalent of the company. So if you can invest in the company building out the platform or the ecosystem, then you're going to be able to own the actual infrastructure and the companies that are building it. Hedge funds, VCs are investing in it. Retail, like people like me and you and I, are investing in it, and the utility of its use. Which could be if you're trading, if you're playing a blockchain game, if you're doing stuff in the metaverse, all that's is used. So that's a lot of value is being created there. Plus, he goes on to explain the instantaneous transfer. You don't have to go through multiple third parties, and there's reduction of credit risk, meaning that the banks don't have to assume that Visa is going to pay them, and or if you go through another platform, what does that cost to them? And then there are the benefits of blockchain, which we've talked about. And if you haven't seen that, go back into the terminology videos and look for what is blockchain. All right, and Blankfein says, I may be skeptical, but I'm also pragmatic about it. And so guess what? I would certainly want to have an oar in that water, meaning he would want to be in it if he was still running the bank. And I told you, I think yesterday or someday this week, that the banks are now saying that we want in, but we just need regulatory clarity. And then he also said that banks trade at an unbelievably low multiple, meaning that things are undervalued right now, in his opinion. I don't know about that. I don't follow a ton of stocks. And he continues on to say that some of the best investments are made in declining markets, which I think is really interesting. All right, so you made it to the end here, and I told you that I would tell you about a booming ecosystem. A friend of mine just told me he's really heavily involved in Axie Infinity, and he said a ton of people have bounced out of there because the owners of the game are not playing nice with their investors, and people are wondering, what that looks like for the future. So there have been some people that have been jumping ship to Pegaxy. And it's Pegaxy Galaxy turned into one word, Pegaxy. It's a racing game with future mythological styling. So I'm just reading the stuff off of their white paper, and it says that Pega, the horses, are descendants of the mighty Pegasus. In this game, players will participate in player versus player format races to win rewards in the platform's native utility token VIS, which is short for vigorous. The three different types of ways that you can earn crypto and make money in this game is by racing, breeding your horses, or renting them out for other people to race. It says Pegaxy has a very unique ecosystem that allows players to enter any race for free. With this economic model, gameplay is very competitive. However, the rewards are still lucrative. Players compete against 11 other horses in an attempt to earn a top 3 placement. Those odds are not that good. 3 out of 11. I guess it's a little under 30%. So all players inside the top 3 earn VIS tokens. The platform's utility token, knowledge, strategy, and skill are all required to place in the top 3. Be prepared to race, dedicate time, and be one with your Pega. The rewards will make it worthwhile. I'm going to do a little dive into this. I'm going to check this out, and I will probably be investing in it. And, the earlier you can get into this stuff, the better. But that is not financial advice. That is just what I'm doing. All right. Well, let me know how you liked how I did today by leaving me a comment. Please like, please click on the link in my bio and go to the YouTube channel and click subscribe. It really helps support me. And if you haven't done it yet, please tell me why. I would really like to know what will motivate you to click 3 or 4 times to help support me. It doesn't cost you anything. I really appreciate it. All right, until tomorrow, I'll do a weekly wrap up and give you some more insight into my thoughts about crypto and what I'm doing with this. And that'll be tomorrow morning. Until then, hodl on.